What is up, YouTube? Welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to revisit an ingredient that we cooked with a few months ago, and we're going to come up with a refreshed recipe, perfect time for spring, and you can really use this with just about any vegetable you could find. But today we're going to be cooking again with green peas. Now, a few months ago, I made a recipe cooking green peas using olive oil, butter, sauteed. You can check that out right here. That recipe was super popular, so I figured why not revisit peas and give you something that's nice, fresh, bright, perfect for the summer, something that you can just keep in your back pocket, and you can kind of apply this to a lot of different things. Green peas are really the easiest thing on the planet to cook. Right now, all I have is a little pot with some boiling water going, and even if you read the recipe on the back of the peas, it actually just tells you, bring a cup of water to a boil, add peas, return to a boil, simmer uncovered for 4 to 6 minutes. That couldn't be any easier. I'm gonna cook it on the low side of that. I'm actually gonna cook it just 4 minutes because I don't want these to get too gray and miserable. So I want these nice, fresh, and bright. All we're doing today is gonna toss it in a nice little homemade honey mustard vinaigrette that I made. And this was inspired by, I made some grilled vegetables. The other night I had just asparagus that I had thrown on the grill. I tossed it in a mixture of olive oil, Dijon mustard, honey, vinegar, and I thought to myself, I could develop this out a little bit more to make it kind of versatile for a lot of different styles of vegetables. Green peas is kind of the #1 thing that came to my head. If you want to thin this out, if you want to stretch these peas, you can add some cooked pasta to this and make like a spring, summer pasta salad. The sky is the limit. You can put broccoli in this, like I said, asparagus, really any vegetables, zucchini. Go for some zucchini. Other than a bag of either fresh or frozen peas, what you're gonna need is salt, pepper, honey, Dijon mustard, rice wine vinegar, extra virgin olive oil, and chopped shallots, chopped as small as you can get. I'm gonna throw my peas in the boiling water, and then we can get started on making this vinaigrette. My water is up to a boil, so I'm gonna cut into my bag of peas. This is straight out of the freezer. You can see they're nice and green. Straight in the boiling water. Give them a good mix with your slotted spoon. You could leave your heat on high for this the entire time. It ain't gonna be in there very long. What's gonna happen is as soon as you throw in the frozen peas, it's gonna cool it down and stop the boil. So you wanna bring that right back up. I'm gonna call it 4 minutes, even including that. Again, I want these really nice and green. If you like this video, hit the thumbs up button below. If you don't like it, hit that thumbs down twice. Comment down below if there's any recipes you want to see me tackle on the channel here. I'm all ears. I'd love to kind of entertain your ideas and make these recipes what you want to see. And make sure you're subscribed. Hit that notification bell to get notified when new videos are posted. Basically, once they all float to the top, they're ready. You don't want to cook, these are really small, so you don't want to really cook them too much longer than that because otherwise they'll turn like brownish gray. I want them nice and bright green. It's the summer, for God's sake. So I want a nice bright salad. I don't want some miserable looking gray salad. Once those peas are cooked, we're gonna just strain them in a colander and just let those sit while we build the vinaigrette. My peas are in a colander, straining nice. I got my bowl here ready to build with my vinaigrette with my baby whisk. The foundation of the vinaigrette is gonna be some Dijon mustard. You want about, I would say, a teaspoon. You don't want to go too crazy on this because it actually like get too thick if you use too much of this because it's a nice emulsifier. Thin that down with some rice wine vinegar. Say about a tablespoon for this much. You could use different vinegars here. If you have like a champagne vinegar, that would work. You could use, I wouldn't use balsamic, that's a little bit too strong, but a nice white vinegar would work. Apple cider vinegar could work here too. Now we got the water soluble stuff, a little bit of salt, a little bit of pepper. Now I did not salt the water for the peas just because I did not want to. I'm gonna adjust the seasoning here. And now in with our oil. Go a little bit at a time. Olive oil is quite strong. If you had 2 hands to do this with, I would say drizzle it in and mix at the same time to just emulsify as you go, but I'm just gonna add little by little. Don't forget the honey, I just forgot. Go with like just about the same amount as you used of the Dijon mustard. You don't want this terribly sweet. Mix that nice. You can see it's getting nice and thick. I actually want it a little bit thinner, so I'm going to go in with a little more oil. Make sure you whisk nice. Now, olive oil, if you use 100% olive oil, it could end up being a little bit strong tasting as far as the olive oil, but I kind of want that because these peas, they're good, but I want something strong to kind of back it up. You could even use this dressing for salad. This dressing is useful for anything that you want. I'm going to go in with some shallot now too. Got about a tablespoon of chopped shallot, chopped as small as you can get it. Now that is basically it. You really want to chop the shallot nice and small because you really don't want to bite into chunks of shallot in this. It's got to be more like an accompaniment for the peas. Now, all this time our peas have been draining. We will go in with our drained peas. At this point, you just mix it up. Like I said, if you want to make this like a pasta salad, you just add pasta. You can make this like a grilled zucchini salad. This works really well with grilled vegetables. For some reason, honey mustard absorbs really nicely into that type of medium. As far as green peas, this is the perfect springtime or summer vegetable to have on the side with your burgers, steak, grilled chicken. Very nice. What do you think? How's that look? We're done mixing up our peas. All that's left to do is taste it. You can see that there. Like I said, nice and green. You don't want to cook the hell out of peas. I think the mistake that people make all the time is they just cook peas way too far and they end up turning gray and miserable. This here, because there's vinegar in it, they're going to kind of soften up over time. So you want to serve this within like a day of making it. It might hold maybe 1 or 2 days, but definitely not much longer than that. Anyway, let's dig in. Looks like I'm about to eat a giant bowl of peas. I'm just going to take a bite for now. Absolutely delicious. The vinegar and Dijon mustard bring a little bit of acid to the party and flavor because peas kind of have a very monotone flavor. So you got a little shallot in there, you got your salt, pepper, you got your honey to bring a little more sweetness to it, and it's just nice and fresh. Frozen peas are picked at the height of freshness. They're kind of the best thing to make. People have kind of soured on frozen vegetables. In a pinch, when you don't want to, shell out a bunch of peas, or if you can't find fresh peas, frozen will work just fine. I really hope that you make this. If you do, tag me in your pictures on social media, Twitter, DairyX, Instagram, DairyX, Facebook, Jerry Papandrea. I'd love to see how yours comes out. And if you make any changes to the recipe, let me know. I'd love to see your kind of versions of what we made here today. Remember, leave a like on this video and comment down below with any ideas you have for future videos. And while you're here, check out some of these other videos that are popping up on the screen right now. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you have an amazing day.